Welcome back to Cam Chef Garage. Flying solo today. Cam, he didn't want to come out of the house this morning. And I'm ready to knock this thing out. So I got tired of waiting on him. So last Saturday I put up a short, if you saw that. We broke down. So towed the car back to the house. Got out here, got to doing some searching last Sunday morning. Right here was my culprit. I don't know if you can make that out on camera. You can see where that's all swole up. The wire that runs the ACES system, the 12 volts off of the battery, goes around into the computer. That was corroded, caused it to lose ground. I thought the computer had fried itself. So this is, I don't know, I think the fourth time I've had problems with this particular wire I've used. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of all this wire that I put in this car, because I can no longer trust it. So we might as well get right into it. Cue the intro. All right. Had to pause after the intro and run to the Harbor Freight and get some wire connectors. I wasted 30 minutes looking. I guess I had already used up all the yellow ones, so I ain't got nothing but red and blue, and that just ain't gonna fly on this big wire. So went ahead and got an extra pack of yellows. And I figure what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and bust it open and I'll stick it in this little package. Wishing they'd have had like a big, there's 10 of each. 10 red, 10 blue, 10 yellow. I'm wishing they had one that had like 100 of each. I'm sure I could order that off Amazon, but ain't really got the time to wait for that at the moment, if you know what I mean. So we'll just, okay, we'll drop them on the ground. Let's see if we can dump the whole thing on the ground. That would be nice. Not really. Okay. There we go. We got two out. Where'd my wire go? There it is. So anyway, I went the other day. I guess this would have been Tuesday. Today's Saturday. Yeah, I guess it was Tuesday when I got off work. I went to Napa. I went to Lowe's. Then I went to Electric Supply House. Nobody in town has the wire that I was looking for. The red and the black wire made it together. So the guy at the Electric Supply House went in the back. He gave me 20 feet of red, 20 feet of black off a 500-foot row. So I gave it to me for free. Well, just fall on the ground, why don't you? So I really appreciate that. That guy didn't have to do that. But I thought it was very cool that he did. So if I had to pay for it, he'd probably give me $50 worth of stuff free of charge. Can't ask for no more than that. All right, and my wires keep falling on the ground. To be honest with you, the most aggravating thing is, you can see over here, I have took all of my wire out of the nice pretty stuff I had it in. Okay, let me find a little heat gun and be right back. All right. While I'm hooking the wires back up to the battery, the Nizzle is going to work on putting everything back in my wire loom. It's kind of aggravating that I took all them wires out and there won't no issues over there. We heat shrink the wire back, zip tied it back in place. So right there it is hanging. So I'm thinking the problem with the other wire, I didn't pay it any mind when I ordered it off Amazon, so it's probably my own fault. The other wire says it's copper coated aluminum. If I'd have seen it said that, I wouldn't have ordered it. So it's my own fault. And I have had I can't even remember, 4 problems with this wire so far. So far it's been just the electric fans. In the event that your fans quit working, you can keep driving. As long as you're moving, it'll stay cool. In the event you lose the ground to your computer system, you're dead in the water. No driving. Unless you're being towed by a tow strap like we were last Saturday. Let's see, I got to remember how I had this wire run through here. This was much easier when I had the grill out of it. No, you might have to come over here and stick your little hands into. Uh-oh. Might have something. Ouch. Okay, come on. Piece of junk. Piece of junk. All right. I got the ground. Oh, got the red. Fantastic. Let's see. We'll put one zip tie right there. Zip tie those? Okay, we got the zip tie. Making it nice and pretty over there. Nice and pretty. I think the Nizzle's going to end up being a wiring guy for automotive industry. He seems to, I don't know. He says the wires talk to him. Is that what it is, nothing? What he really said was he don't understand how somebody could do this for a living. So I'm guessing he's not liking the wiring. Let's see. Let's cut the red right there. We'll cut the black about 6 inches shorter. I think we need to save on that. I'd hate to trash it. It's a good piece of copper. Never know when you need a jumper wire. How's it look over there? Everything's nice, pretty. Put that whole giant bundle of misery right there. Yeah.
Tape all of this together?
Just tape it all together so all them wires is hid. At some point, probably never. Or when that wire fails again. I do want to redo all that wiring on that side. If you remember right, we was in a healthy pinch to get this thing ready for power tour. So I can't complain about that wire but so much. It made it a good 2,500 miles. So it's a good thing it broke down right here in town instead of in Michigan or Illinois, Michigan. Blowing the horn like some morons. All right, let's put a twist in that. Let's hook it back up. Hook it back up. Hope it works. Okay. Let's bring this under this, if you don't mind. If you don't mind this one. There we go. There we go, just like so. I'm kind of blocking my viewers. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Nuzzle? Hit the key, make sure you got a little power. Oh yeah. Lights on the computer's turning on. You got a tablet in there, Nuzzle? Tablet's lit up? Yeah. All right. I guess fire it up, make sure it runs still. Sounds good as ever. All right, no. Shut her down. All right. We're going to get into replacing oh, you know what? I have that same wire running to the fuel pump. But what I did to the fuel pump, I pulled the hot and the black and left both wires. So in the event that I had a problem with one wire, I've got another wire that all I got to do is just hook up, and we could get her back home or get to wherever we're going. So at some point, probably when it breaks down on me again, then I'll probably replace the other wires. So you got to hook back up to the battery. That's the only good wire in the car. We put that on the side of the road. I couldn't even tell you what state we were in. So I asked David with A&D Hot Rod Shop where he got that wire from, because I cannot find it anywhere. I got to get some of that wire. And see, that runs back around. The wire inside the loom is for the fans. That's already been replaced. Let's see, then the nozzle, he just put all the wire back. Nozzle, let's put some zip ties on that. So that's all we need left to do is put a few zip ties for now. And let's put a little tape right here. Just so these, basically just so you can't see these wires. My personal opinion, it just looks a little better than seeing different color wires all over the place. That's it. Now we'll put a few zip ties right along there. We'll just pretty all this up a little bit. Kind of just tie that right into the factory wire. This got the factory little connector that goes into the fender, and then this. You don't want to go that way, you can go this way. There you go. Well, I know you're in there. There you go. Somewhere. There we go. Now that stuff ain't. Now that stuff ain't just flopping around. All right. Well, I believe that's going to do it. We've got it. We shouldn't have to worry about having a problem with hot and ground, since now we've got solid, well, and not solid wire, but we've got real deal copper, 10 gauge. Ain't really going to say this wire is what you should use in a car, but it's what we're using. And we shouldn't have no more problems with that wire. The other wire that's running my fans, I can't comment on that. We'll probably have more problems with that. But I guess we'll take care of that when the time comes. So that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for us in this one. And like Cam always says, tell your friends, even the ones you don't like. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Be back on the Bel Air. All right. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week.